Hi, this is Kate from Izzalicious Designs, and today I'm going to show you how to make my little duck in an Easter egg, or chicken. It looks more like a duck to me. So let's get started. We're going to need a single loom, and we're going to, for our duck, need yellow and orange, and we're going to need two little beads. I'm using little seed beads, but you can use whatever little beads you like, or if you don't have beads you can use bands. I'm going to thread those beads using a little metal threader that I made from a twisty tie, and I have a video on my YouTube channel on how you can do one of those. I use it all the time. I find it invaluable. So let's thread our eyes on so that they are ready. There we go. And I'm just going to pop that to one side until we actually need to use it. So we're going to be double banding. Double banding means you take two bands and place them over the pegs as if they were a single band. And we'll start up here at the top. Our loom is going to be in the offset configuration, which means that columns 1 and 3 are slightly lower than column 2. The pegs, the arrow is going to be facing towards you. If you don't have an arrow on your particular loom, the open side of the peg is facing towards you. I just got a comment on one of my YouTube videos yesterday that the lady did not like my video because I was going too fast. Well, I'm probably one of the slowest loomers around, but just remember, you guys have complete control on how fast or slow you want to see the video. You have your pause button, and please, you know, I do it all the time when I'm doing tutorials from other people. I pause it, I catch up, or I rewind. So it really is in your hands how fast or slow we can go. To do the eyes, I'm going to put a band across here, so a single band. I'm going to twist it once, twice and 3 times, and I'm going to pop that over there. That will stop the band with our eyes from sinking into our little duckling's head. So I'm going to place the eyes there now, one eye either side. Now we're going to do his beak. To do his beak, I'm using orange. Take 2 orange bands, put your hook through, wrap it once and twice. Another 2 orange bands, once and twice, and one more pair, once and twice. Take a pair of yellow and slide these on. And then we're going to attach it from this side to that side, like that. Okay, we're going to put a crossover band here, and now we're going to do a layer, and we're going to put 2 bands here and 2 bands here, and this is to give him his chubby cheek look. And 2 bands that side and 2 bands that side. Okay, now we're ready to start with his body. So we'll do some little shoulders, push everything down. Let's do his body. And again, it's double banding. Now before I go much further, I want to put his little wings on. So using pairs of bands, I'm going to start up here from the bottom of our loom. Actually, let's go across like that. There we go, that's better. And take a single band, and we're going to do an end cap. So wrap it around your fingers twice. And place that there. Now we're going to go down under that end cap and grab those 2 bottom bands, holding the end cap in place, loom to the side. Then you're going to loom this one up and this one up, and the same here, this one up and this one up, this one loom it across, and then get a pair of yellow bands, slide your hook out the side here and pull them through and reclaim the end of your band. And we're not going to tie it off, we're just going to pull it off the loom like so. Now you'll see one bit is more sort of pointing downward than the other. It's like a little triangle. That bit faces downwards like that. Okay, so we'll do another one. A pair of bands, oh here I forget it again, across the middle first, a pair of bands, a pair of bands, one more pair, 1, 2, and an end cap on the end like that. Push down past the end cap, hold the end cap in place so it doesn't flip off, and loom across to the side here. Then we loom up and up, up and up, and this one comes across like that. Take 2 yellow bands, poke your hook through and out the side, and draw those yellow bands up to the outside of that peg. Again, we're not going to be tying it off, we're just pulling that off the loom. Now remember I said this triangle bit points down, so we actually need to place it this way. So I'm going to take my hook and place it that way, and then I can place it on where his little wings should be a little easier. Okay, we're going to do a second layer because he's a chubby little bird. We're going to miss these and start here. So push everything down because you need to make room. Now his little legs are going to be orange, so we're doing double banding again. And now we're going to make his little feet. Take a single band, wrap it once and twice, and then take a double band and slide on. We're going to do that another 2 times. Single band, wrap it once and twice, double band and slide on, and then reclaim the end of your bands. Single band, wrap it once and twice, and then a double band and slide that on. Reclaim the end of your bands. Now this is going to form his little webbed foot. So take a pair of bands, orange, and slide all of these on and reclaim the end of your band. See how it's beginning to form? Take one more pair, slide it on, and that is going to get attached to the end of his leg just here, and stick it out to the side like that. Let's do that again for the other foot. Single band, wrap it, double band and slide and reclaim. Single band, wrap it once and twice, double band, slide it on and reclaim. Gosh, that one's a bit odd, isn't it? That band is really sort of, I'm stretching it out to even it out, but there we go. Single band once and twice, double band, slide it on, reclaim, and then let's get a double band to slide all of these on. Reclaim the end of your band, so there they go. One more pair. And we'll pop that on this side here. And have it facing out that way. Now we're going to put some crossover bands on. Let me get rid of my orange. Let's put some crossover bands on. So over here we're going to do a crossover band there, and it's a single band that you stretch over in the shape of a triangle. And I'm only using single, not looped, because I don't want him to be looking thinner. I want him to be nice and chubby. Okay, so we're actually ready to start looming our little duckling. Dig down and find those 2 bottom bands, and we'll loom those up for his spindly little legs. This one goes up here, and then we'll do the other side. I usually try and pull his leg out the way, his foot, so I can get the other easily. Okay, now remember we have layers, so we're just going to do the top layer first, and we want to make sure that we push this crossover band out of the way. We don't want that loomed up, so with the back of your hook push the crossover band out the way, and we'll just very carefully loom the top 2 bands like that, and on the other side push those out the way. And I use a 2.75 hook for when I'm doing things like this, because I find this a bit fiddly, and I like something that's got a little bit more, well, not so big and clumpy. I love my, well, this is actually a 4mm, it's a G in this yellow brand, but I usually use a 3.75 in the Crochet Dude. So let's take this layer off, putting your hook between layer 1, so above layer 1 but under layer 2, and holding so that it doesn't come off there. You're going to lift this up and move it to the right, and you're going to just leave the crossover bands where they should be. You don't want the crossover bands coming off. So let's do it this side as well, like that. Now we're going to layer now we're going to loom the first layer. Again, push that crossover band out of the way, dig down and find the bottom 2 bands, so there are only 2 bands there, and loom up. Loom up to his wing, and let's do the other side. Same thing, push that crossover band out of the way with the back of your hook so it doesn't get loomed in by mistake. Dig down, find the 2 bottom bands. Now let's do our middle. We're going to loom in our shoulders next. Dig down all the way till you find the 2 bottom yellow bands and loom across. Same this side, 2 bottom bands, loom across. And this band is my sigh of relief. Looming this up, it's like, yay, the arms are loomed in. Now we're going to dig down and find the top 2 bands, and in my case they're here on the left. So I'm going to dig down and grab those and loom them to the side. I'm going to do the same for the right. Dig down, grab the 2 right bands and loom them to the right. Now again we have another layer here to make his chubby cheeks. So we're just going to grab the 2 top bands. We don't have a crossover band to worry about for these, but we do have his beak, and we want to make sure that we don't loom his beak in. So sometimes it's easy to pull those 2 bands out and grab it this way and then loom up and put that one back where it's supposed to be. Same on this side, like that, and then again just the top 2. Careful we don't loom his eyes. If it means just doing one at a time, that's really good too. We'll pull this one out so you can visualize it. Now what we're going to do is take this one off the loom. So dig your hook down so you've got it on your band, on your hook, and pull it out to the side like this. And we're going to hold it with our fingers. And what we're going to do now is dig down here, find the 2 bottom bands, and we're going to loom them up. And then put your bands back on your hook, and instead of putting them back up here where they were, we're going to lower it and put it here on this second peg like that, and that's going to give him chubby cheeks. Let's do the same here. Take this one off the loom, so the first and second peg off the loom, keeping this one on. Dig down, find the 2 bands and loom up, and then like I said, reclaim your bands and put them on that second peg, not that first one. Dig down again, we're going to find those 2 bottom yellow bands and loom them up to the top there, and now we know that this is all secure there. Let's do the same on this side, and again that's a bit of a sigh of relief, they're not going to come undone. With the beak, I want to hold the beak up and I'm going to move it past that because I want to loom this throat one onto that band there, but then I want the beak to come back down here. I'm going to loom this one up, and I'm going to loom these ones to the side, and these ones to the side, and then our lucky last up to the middle, and then we're going to grab 2 yellow bands and we're going to tie this off. Push your hook down the middle and out the side and put your 2 yellow bands on it. Then twisting your hook so this smooth side goes against these bands and doesn't snag them. Pull it up through the centre of the channel and then move it to the outside of the peg and reclaim your bands. The 2 that are closest to you, you're going to take up, over and off your hook and then you're going to tighten because you've just made a slip knot. Alright, let's take our little duckling off the loom. I use the back of a metal hook because I feel that if you just rip it, you've got more chance of having a band snap. The other thing I do also is I don't take things off the loom this way. I like to go with the smooth edge of the pegs, because if something is going to snag, there's less chance of it snagging on the smooth rounded side than on these two little jaggy sides. So let's take this off the loom. And here is, once we pull him into shape a bit, our little chubby duckling. Now the reason he's got such long legs is because we need to hide him in the Easter egg. I'm going to tie off these loops at the back of his head here by just going behind and finding some bands and dragging those through and under like that. I mean, it is in a slip knot. You can put a clip on if that makes you feel more secure, using a little S clip or a C clip or something. Personally, I don't really like doing that. I just hide it, tie it off, put a keychain holder on it. So yeah. Now this is going to be the fun part. We're going to make the Easter egg. Now I think most of you have seen that I have a little 3D ball. Effectively what we're doing is a very large one of those, whereas that one only took 8 little fishtails to all tie in together. This one takes about double that. So we've got 3, 6, 9, 12, I think 16, let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 little fishtails, and they're all going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yep, 6 in length. Okay, you can pick any colours you want. Obviously, you know, Easter, pick some nice Eastery colours, and you can make them on the loom or you can make them off the loom. That doesn't matter either. I'm just going to show you for the sake of ease how to do both. So we need 14 of them. I'm going to start with purple. I'll go 2, 1, it's pairs, double bands. And we need to go down 6. So I'm going to do 2 purple, 2 teal, and 2 purple. And then we use an end cap, so take a single band, wrap it around your fingers twice and pop it there, and then we're going to loom this off. Oops, I don't know why I use that hook, I hate that hook. Hold your end cap so it doesn't pop off. Loom this up. And then we're going to hold them all on a holding hook like that. We need 14 of these. That's 1. Okay, and they're all going to be the same, or you're going to pretty them up whatever pattern you like. To do them on your hook and not on a loom, you take a single band and you wrap it once and twice. That forms the end cap. Take a pair of purple and reclaim the end of your band. Take another pair of purple, so that was 2. Take a pair of teal, 3, another pair of teal, 4, and now 2 more pair of purple again. 5 and 6. So that's how you do it when you're not using your loom. And again, I'm going to keep them all on a holding hook. Now, if I were you, I would pause the video and restart it again when you have 14 of these, and I'll meet you there because I have to make another 12 too. Okay, so I'm back, hopefully you're back, and I have my 14 little fishtails. What I'm going to do next is take 2 bands and purple, and I'm going to tie them together like that. And I'm going to do it again on another pair. So put one through the other like that. Oops, hit your camera. And just tie them together like that. So basically you have a knot. What we're going to do is thread all of these, and instead of using one, I've used the 2 because this is quite a bit longer, but also we need to stretch it to get around his little body. So we're going to slide these on I don't know if anybody else has this style of hook, this metal one, but it has the sharpest hook on it that I mean it cuts my fingers open. I definitely wouldn't recommend it. That's why the only thing I use it for is a holding hook, really. I don't loom with it. I'm terrified it'll slice my bands. Oops. And of course I let go of the other end. You guys are very patient with me. I know I crack silly jokes throughout the day in these tutorials, and I'm sure half of you don't understand what I'm saying. I notice that there's quite a few different words. My husband's bilingual now in English and American English, and my little girl, she's 5, or she's nearly 6. She's funny. She's bilingual as well. I tell her to stay on the pavement on her scooter, and she says, "Yes, Mummy, Daddy's already told me to stay on the sidewalk." Okay, so I have them all on those 2 bands. There we go. Oops, get off. There we no. Really wants to stay. I'm going to reclaim the end of the band on my hook, and I'm going to take the one closest to me up, over and off, and then using the first fishtail closest to where we just tied off, I'm going to splay that out and pull that fishtail through it, so it's sort of like a little a slip knot, but it's using that as an anchor. Next we're going to do exactly as we do when we do the ball, the 3D ball. Push your hook through all of the end caps, and it's going to be a tight squeeze if you're using a hook with a handle like I am for this one. So collect them all up. And I also try and make sure that I notice that they're not twisted, like it's not twisted around. 3 more. And now we're going to take that second one that we just had made earlier, and we're going to thread these on that one. and one does not want to go over. There we go. Silly sausage. And lucky last, and now we're going to reclaim the end of our band, pop that onto the hook and take the one closest to you, up, over and off. So I'm going to use a Q-clip. A Q-clip is a little clip that clips onto itself securely like that. I'm going to attach one end onto that, and then I'm going to sort of try and get to the inside of the ball, and I'm going to find a band down here, and it doesn't matter which one really, any one, and then I'm going to secure that in. Now you don't have to use a Q-clip, you can use whatever clip you like. I just prefer them, I find them a little bit more secure. Stretch this out a bit, and now what we have to do is dress our duck. So grabbing the duck, we're going to poke his feet through and slide this up. Try and stretch it into shape a little bit. Might need to use a hook to poke some of these out to make them look rounded. Sometimes just squidging them down in the middle like that will help. Splay his legs out and his wings, and there you have a little duck sitting in an Easter egg. Happy Easter. I hope you have fun making some.